how's it going everyone? Liam Catterson here. This is episode number 7 of Dollhouse Season 1, which is called Echoes. And given that's obviously, Echo is obviously the name of our main character, I'm feeling a bit nervous coming into this one in terms of what this episode could mean for our main character. I have a bit of an idea that her current story, especially with her memory slippages, like those retainment of the small bits of memory that she has, it could be exploited in some way. Or you just never know. Maybe Echo could find herself confronted with multiple versions of herself in her own headspace or whatever, because echoes, plural. So yeah, but whatever the case of this episode might be, I'm really excited, especially since we're coming off the last episode, which by far for me is the best episode so far. We're 6 episodes in, but that one really, like, everything happened in the last episode with Millie, with Paul confronting Echo, finally on 2 occasions as well. And we had an intense fight. Everything just went down. We also had a controversy within the Dollhouse itself. There was just so much happening in that episode, and it flowed really, really perfectly. So, last episode was a huge hit in my opinion. But with that said, let's get into episode number 7 of Dollhouse. This is Echoes. I'm excited and nervous, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Let's go.
Nothing is what it appears to be.
That Westworld vibe.
Please. Any hack into a regenerative study?
Any hack with 2 years and a $50 million.
Oh, it's Jimmy Olsen from Supergirl.
Owen?
Fly, be free.
What the shit? I don't even know what's happening.
20 years. One toot for you. Adios, amigo. That's what's so exciting about drugs.
There's a serious...
We do bi-weekly
I'm sure.
drug tests.
No, I'm kidding.
Just pure
I was going to say, for a serious
How did the drug find
situation,
its way into the general
Topa's
population?
acting giddy about this.
We don't know.
But, I mean, he's got a point.
Selling it.
And they tried to kill me.
Millie, I promise you.
You can't promise. It's blind luck that I'm not dead already. What you can do is drop the case.
For her
Let
protection.
someone else handle it.
You're NSA?
Which outranks Rawson Private Security by more than a whole bunch.
All right, fine. I'll stay here and be the communications command post.
He's got a few
First time
surprises of,
someone showed up to go to
of his
Capitol
own,
House? You
Topa.
good?
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to a frat party.
Let's go.
That glorified dog's body Clive Ambrose can't keep his affairs in order.
Oof.
You could have said no.
The Rossum Corporation is why we exist. And I believe in the work we're funding. I also believe that the only reason I don't have Clive
So
Ambrose
this is
job
like a
'cause
good
he couldn't
payback
have
thing.
mine.
Oh, so now we're sharing.
Since they
Can we just
helped
figure out a way
Dollhouse
to keep people
exist.
from killing themselves on this drug? We have more than a few in the early stages and...
There are mansions in your eyes. Did you know that?
Oh, is she
I
on...
can see the doors.
Is she on the same thing that guy was on?
Excuse me.
She already wanted to check out the mansions in your eye.
Definitely don't understand.
I don't think I'm supposed to be here.
They killed my friend.
I have to get to the lab.
And yet he was
They're
acting out, like
surrounded by
laughing.
Security guards.
No, I can get in. I just have to listen to myself.
You're serious?
Yeah. I know a way in. I think. Which kind of freaks me out.
Okay, well, I'll help you. I mean, I know that lab
That
at the
she
back of my
can't
head.
currently explain.
You don't have to do that.
Would you like to have a treatment?
Oh,
No.
he is so doing the father figure route.
Hey.
was wondering, why is he just standing there not doing anything?
I'm fine.
Dr. Gal will give you a light sedative.
Hey, I'm fine.
All right, easy, buddy.
I know how to solve problems.
You bet.
Oh man, this looks so heavy. Makes my arms tired.
Want me to help you out with that?
Brown sauce? What's it made of? Science doesn't know.
It's made of brown.
Brown?
Oh, they're
mined from the earth
affected.
by the hard
Holy
scrabble brown miners of North Brownderton.
Oh my
Oh no.
God. I find lentils completely incomprehensible. What the sun double
Here we, this is mental.
That's got nothing to do with the drug.
Bird? Or a crisp? Do you have any crisps?
You haven't seen my drawer of inappropriate starches?
No.
Come
Oh my God, I'm having such a terrible day.
This is reminding me of Buffy's Band Candy episode where everyone's just acting out.
But anyone else who comes in contact with the drug is susceptible. Am I sure? I am fairly sure.
Oh my God,
Secret Agent
boxes!
Victor's so lofty.
I have a whole history of the Americas together.
Her name is Alice, but have a good day.
What if the Mia name drop is going to unlock more?
Do I?
No, she's sweet. She needs to be sedated.
Uh-oh.
She's glitching.
What's it?
She's remembering.
Wait.
There are 3 flowers in a vase. The
Uh-oh.
3rd flower is green.
Is she gonna remember that? Wait. Is this gonna affect all the actives or what?
There are 3 flowers in a vase.
No, don't say it!
Awesome is exploiting animals in the name of science and God knows what else. I might want to piss them off a real lot.
Okay.
Ah.
Go easy. I'm not backing out.
You better not back out.
I'm with you.
Damn right.
Because you don't want to do anything you're gonna regret, which... I think Caroline might... Well...
The entrance is here somewhere.
Orders. This is not all there is to Lawrence Dominic. No, ma'am. This is just my job. I'm not just hard edges. Look at me. Check
Yeah,
this
just-
suit out. Suit out. Hard edges.
How many times have I told you? He's not a nice doggy. I don't want to pet him.
Mr. Dominic?
So incredibly soft.
Mr. Dominic.
Oh?
You remember to be very quiet during this.
So it is gonna affect all the actives, isn't it?
Gotta move now or you're gonna die. Please.
Oh, shit.
Listen, fight!
So it's unlocking their past personality. Oh my God, this is crazy.
It's a murder.
So someone deliberately targeted Owen.
You found it really fast.
Because he killed Owen.
Sam, what do you...
I'm sorry. Look, I'm really sorry.
Oh, and this is gonna unlock more thing for Echo, not just Caroline, surely.
What do they need babies for?
This is Rossum. They don't care about souls,
Gee.
human or animal.
You'll find out
What are they
later.
doing to you?
How do you
Are
feel
you
so
getting
bad
this?
for Caroline?
Company in the world right after Rossum. You know what they pay for this? Billions.
You're insane.
Oh,
Nobody's
so
perfect.
this was to benefit yourselves.
You do love a fight.
So we're going? You're a killer.
Listen, Owen was my best friend. And him dying, I didn't want that.
Leave it! Leave it!
No! She's replaying the same events,
You're a
isn't she?
killer, Sam.
Oh no. My heart's just... Oh,
Stay with me. I need you, Leo, please.
oh, it's in the same area. Come on.
Leo. Please, Leo. Leo, stay. Please stay.
Get off of me, you crazy bitch!
Langton, yes! Oh.
She was just here.
She won't get far.
The retaliation. Holy shit, that's so scary how they chased
Mr. Dominic, please come in.
Caroline.
Debbie might crash here sometimes if you hear a noise. If you need to reach me.
You know what? Maybe it's better if I don't know where you are.
Oh, my heart!
Yeah.
My ball heart!
Okay.
Melanie,
I don't care that she's inactive.
you know where I am.
You will be quite capable of supporting her. All on your own.
Holy dang. Do it.
I'm going to make you an offer.
Woo. How that parallels to Echo, to Caroline, should I say, when she screwed over Rossum. DeWitt made her an offer. It's interesting how these two companies have that connection. Like Rossum tell them, okay, well, this person tried to screw us over, so can you do something about it? They're like their security. Well, I wouldn't say security, but correctional facility, etc. I'm not so sure. But yeah, we have that parallel where Caroline screwed over tried to screw over Rossum. DeWitt made her an offer. Same thing's happening with dear old Sam, and yeah. Well, oh boy, that was beautiful. That was a fun episode. Yeah, I said it during the reaction. Ow. Ow. That it did remind me a lot of Buffy's Band Candy with everyone acting out, although this is a bit more of a darker twist with Sam's friend Owen dying as a result of, I guess, Sam accidentally giving him too much. It's still murder at the end of the day, but he only wanted him out the way. It seems to suggest that whilst the murder was an accident, it seemed, it was still down to Sam's greed that, because of the fact that Owen had that backing out phase with initially deciding, okay, you know what, this selling the drug to this, I think it was a Russian company, maybe not the best idea, and Sam couldn't take no for an answer, so he decided to drug him, but he gave him a bit too much, so yeah. But it's going to be very interesting to see him now be a member of the Dollhouse community now, after his story paralleled so much with Echo, so yeah, or Caroline, should I say. Yeah, it was great to flesh out who Caroline was before she became Echo. We got a glimpse into her backstory and why she was exactly in this dollhouse predicament to begin with. Whilst some of Caroline's backstory, I feel, remains a mystery, especially since she bolted from the hospital. And Mr. DeWitt did mention at the beginning, we've had this dance for a couple of years now, so Miss DeWitt at the hospital was her first acknowledgement of Caroline, so I'm assuming she was on the run for a couple of years anyways. Yeah, so while some of her background remains a bit of a mystery, it's great to connect the dots to why DeWitt offered Caroline the chance to work with her, as we've seen with Sam, because they wronged Rossum. Yes, that's the company. of course, for Caroline, especially for her beliefs, because they were doing cruel experiments, and Caroline wanted to expose them, but still Rossum still thinks that is not on, and that means Caroline is a bit of an enemy in their book. So yeah, but it's great to see why Caroline, and get a bit more of a clearer idea to why Caroline was affiliated, why she had no other choice but to sign for Dollhouse, because otherwise I imagine the alternative would not be as good, would not be good for her. So this is the best of a bad situation once she gets caught and she becomes a member of Dollhouse, continuing, I guess, Rossum's experiment. I'm imagining, because it seems to suggest that Rossum and Dollhouse have this connection, and that they are responsible for Dollhouse's existence, which I think, given with everything that we saw, I think that works best rather than the other way around. And also I can see Rossum being the season 2 threat. Like Dollhouse somehow gets compromised, and Rossum continue to be the threat for season 2. I'm not so sure, but that's how I see things potentially going, since there seems to be a two-way connection between Dollhouse and Rossum. But yeah, like I said, it was really, really great to get a glimpse into Caroline's backstory and why she was in this predicament, trying to shut down Rossum's activities, which sadly it did backfire with Leo, I think he was called. Yeah, his death, which was in the same spot as where Echo took down Sam. So yeah, but it was a really, really crazy episode. We also got to see Matt return as well in this episode, from episode 1, which is so funny because this episode and the other episode he appeared in, we got a brief insight into Caroline joining Dollhouse. So nice coincidence there. Yeah, I also thought it was great going into more sinisterism from Dollhouse, and just how creepy their experimentation is altogether, like them being affiliated to Rossum, who are testing fetuses, for example, as well as animals. So yeah, it was really, really sinister. But this episode, yeah, like I said, pretty much band candy from Buffy, where we had people who have this serious demeanor on them have a more hilarious take because of something that can manipulate the brain, like that drug. So yeah, of course, this had a bit of a darker tone with well, not just what would happen to the actives, but of course Owen's death. Even though it may have been accidental, still a casualty. Whereas I think Band Candy was pretty much consequential in terms of the lives of people, I feel. So yeah, but yeah, I still like that episode. I expect some people had fun portraying different personalities to the norm. Especially in a show like this, where you have Eliza, for example, get the chance to change her personality every episode. You have people like DeWitt, like Topher, like Langton. They have a chance to have a taste of their own medicine, in a sense, where they act as a different personality. This more giddier personality, but it was still pretty fun to see. And I imagine the actors letting loose and being all hysterical would be a bit of a breath of like fresh air. So yeah, yeah. Like I said, though, it was pretty dark. It was pretty uncomfortable seeing visuals of Sierra getting raped. We also got a brief insight into Victor's personalities as well as I thought we were going to get more Echo exploits from her different personalities, but I think it makes sense. I think to not try and cram so much in, it made sense that when Sam gave her a bit of the drug, it's exploited her flashbacks as Caroline further rather than just appearing briefly. So yeah, so to accelerate the occurrences of her memories as Caroline, I think it made sense rather than going into her other adventures as Echo. But it's just something that I thought, especially with this episode. But like, I'm not complaining whatsoever. It was still fun seeing DeWitt and Dominic acting out of character, especially Dominic apologizing to Echo. And it was so fun seeing DeWitt and Topher interact. Especially DeWitt, who, like I said, has this serious demeanor, and her and Topher were like best buddies. So yeah, but it was also very, very interesting to go into Mellie's story in this episode, where like her current mindset believed her life was on the line, and she made comments about how she got the look of the draw against that guy, and Paul's obsession of Caroline is not just off-putting for Millie, but it's now something that could potentially kill her. So she had no choice but to cut herself from Paul. But it was so great to see her. I thought she was going to act out. Like, as soon as she was going to start mentioning the phrase, I thought she was going to act out, and then that's where I started to panic that every other active could be glitching like she was, because she had the dosage. Even though it does not affect the actives like it does with those who aren't actives, I did feel the touch. They're still human at the end of the day, so the touch formula would still do something if Topher mentioned about the fact that, well, she's glitching because of the drug. So, and we saw Echo already glitching to her Caroline self, so I did begin to panic, and lo and behold, we did get that with Victor and Sierra especially. But we also got to find out that Mellie is called November. That's her nickname. So like Echo, like Sierra, yeah, so that's who she is called. But it was a very, very fun episode, I feel. Like I said, it gave actors a chance to behave a bit more irrationally, and it was pretty fun for the most part, but there were moments where it was a bit more traumatic, wasn't there? So yeah, but yeah, I loved going into a lot of these aspects, like Caroline's backstory, like the whole drug thing that was affecting everyone's mind. Yeah, it was a pretty fun episode, I feel. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Media Beats channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!